So for those people who may not have heard, although I suspect that's a very tiny number of people who have not heard, that Naomi Judd, famous for being part of the Judd's duo and also for being the mother of Ashley Judd, in addition to Winona Judd, unfortunately passed away this past weekend. And the statement released by her family, meaning Ashley and Winona, was, and I quote, "Today, we sisters experienced a tragedy. We lost our beautiful mother to the disease of mental illness. We are shattered. We are navigating profound grief and know that as we loved her, she was loved by her public. We are in unknown territory."
Yeah.
So that obviously opened up a lot of questions, like, how do you die of mental illness?
Of mental illness, yeah.
Look like?
Right. And we were texting each other back and forth because I'm like, I don't understand that. Like, because it used to be that you would say this person, you know, committed suicide. Honestly, those are the words that people would use, is you would say this person committed suicide. And I'm opening the door for my dog because he's scratching on the door. But you would say this person committed suicide, and that was that, right? Nowadays, you don't say that. You say this person died by mental illness. Okay, well, what does that mean? So it made me question whether or not she actually did commit suicide. Did she? Because I was like, I don't understand. And I asked you that, and you're like, well, I don't want to say that she did. If that's because, I mean, it's sort of like it's all semantics, right? It goes back to the whole semantics have changed so much over the years that, and then you kind of take a step back and you're like, well, how did she die?
How does one die of a mental illness if not by suicide? I genuinely have no idea.
I don't either. But I'm surmising, I mean, I'm just coming to the conclusion that she did die because of something that was self-inflicted. Right. Yes? Right?
Well, I mean, this is the problem. And so even if Ashley and Winona thought that they were somehow doing the right thing in terms of being sensitive to the topic of suicide, I feel like they did, and I'm just going to say it, I feel like they did a huge disservice to the public because they had to know that that would raise all these obvious questions. And every study that you ever look at ever shows that talking about suicide does not lead people to it. In fact, it's actually helpful, and it would have been, I think, more helpful for them to say, our mother took her own life. If you are feeling this way at all, please call this number. Please call the suicide hotline.